Good evening, and welcome to Season 5, Episode 3 of Robin's Piano Bar, where the drinks and the food are virtual, but the piano playing is real. I'm your host, Larry Kosson, streaming live to you on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch TV, LinkedIn, and Bandcamp. Tonight's episode is The Countdown. And now, please welcome to her own home, our favorite piano gal, Robin Spielberg.
Good evening and welcome, January 26th. Can you believe it? The end of January. All the snow that we had last week, it's gone.
Well, hello there.
It's gone now. In fact, it was like 62 degrees yesterday. It was so crazy. So the snow seems like a dream. We had lots and lots of rain. How about you? What's going on in your neck of the woods? Tonight is the countdown. You might say countdown to what? Well, that's up to you.
Countdown to what, Robin?
What?
Countdown to what, Robin?
I'm saying it's up to you, Larry and the audience. What are you counting down to? Right? So, psychologists and psychiatrists everywhere, apparently this is scientifically now proven that when we set goals, when we have something to look forward to, our mood improves and we just feel better. So, what are you looking forward to? What are you counting down to? I'm counting down till spring. I love counting down till spring so I could, there'll be spring training in baseball. Love that. And, of course, gardening. Larry, we know what you're counting down to.
The Paris Olympics, 2024 Summer Olympics.
It involves two wheels, I believe.
Two wheels.
Yes, riding your bike outside.
Anything involving.
Instead of inside.
Yeah, everything. Anything.
But
and
let
everything
us know as
cycling.
we go through tonight's live stream what you're counting down to. What are you looking forward to? It's always good to have something to look forward to. Even if it's just like dessert. Let's start with the number 1.
So, Robin, very special shout out to Vicky. She's back tonight.
Hello, Vicky. Glad you're well enough to join us. I see you've got some nice things that you're counting down to. Leonard Perry said, short term, counting down to the new mattress. I think that's pretty darn great. I wish you many, many nights of very, very good sleep. Who said they're having a 50th anniversary? Lorraine. Fabulous.
Big time.
That's a very big
50
milestone.
Years.
Pretty darn amazing. So I'm still on the number one. There's so many songs about the number one that I probably can do an entire live stream just on the number one. But I wanted to do this one. This one's for you, Larry. I have never played it before on a live stream. This is You're Still the One.
Even after today?
Even after today. I was a little mad at him today. Okay, and so this is Shania Twain.
I apologized.
You did.
Was that a nod to the recent tea controversy?
Oh, I forgot about that. Well, that was T for 2. We're doing countdown. Yes, Peter, I know there are lots of songs about one. I had about 10 on my list, but I chose the 2 I just played.
U2's one.
The tea controversy. Did you guys hear about that? A scientist discovered, right, that if you put a dash, not that you would be able to taste it, all right, a dash of salt in your tea, it would have a chemical reaction that would take away the bitterness and enhance the taste of the tea. This is a chemical reality. Well, what happened? The Brits went nuts, right? Salt in tea?
Heavens, no.
Heavens. And I don't know, the internet blew up, right?
Yeah. And you know what? So
about
a shout out to the professor, because the chemistry professor who wrote the book, and she's from Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania.
Bryn Mawr, Pennsylvania.
Not
Well,
far
we were
from
watching a TV series called Lessons in Chemistry, and it also had it was about cooking, but the chemistry of cooking, right?
Yeah.
And what enhances flavor.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty. I find it fascinating myself. So with all the humidity, I couldn't straighten my hair. This is the reality, and I had to put up I had to put it up back here because it was defying gravity, folks. It was kind of like very 80s big hair today. So tamed it down. Hopefully it will not fly off the planet while I'm playing. But I just noticed it on screen there. It's big hair. That's what's going on. So apparently, Linda says, apparently it works in coffee too. And you were talking about that at dinner. See, I just love that we're just so, have the pulse of what's going on in the world right now.
It's really good to have a controversy like that with everything else going on in the world.
I know. I'd like to just talk about tea.
Let's talk about coffee and tea.
Exactly my point. So what else are you looking forward to? Judy says, the furnace is coming.
No, the oil. Her oil.
Oh, the oil is coming.
Oil.
Good. These are good things that are coming. I know. Oh, Bill Watkins said, Rats, I thought you were going to play Still the One by Orleans, which is your dating song. Yeah. Oh, Still the One.
That's right.
That one?
Yes.
We're still having fun, and you're still the one. Yeah.
There's a lot of songs with numbers.
A lot of them with one.
Why don't you continue with 2s, though?
Yeah, we'll continue, Larry. I was about to start to figure that one out. All right, what are we on to? 3.
No, you're on 2. You're still on 2.
I'm on 2.
2.
Is the YouTube working there? The tube of you?
Sure. People on YouTube.
People are seeing me. There are people.
We've got
I'm
YouTubers.
sorry, people on YouTube. I can't see you. I don't know what in the world happened. I'm clicking on me. Oh, there I am.
There you are.
There's the YouTube people. Hi, Rick and Dottie. Nice to see you. And new grandson. Awesome. Congratulations to you. All right. So we're getting 2 and 3 done in this next one. All right.
You okay there, Rob?
Okay. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Meatloaf. Hello, Patricia. Good to see you here. And Stephen says, look like it's going to be a count up rather than a countdown. Oh, yes. How high will we get? Well, literally, figuratively, how high?
Hopefully we don't spin off the face of the earth.
We do not want to spin off the face of the earth. All right. Now, we're going to get pretty high. Yeah, I know it sounds like we're going pretty slow here. We just did 2 and 3, and I'm doing another one that has 3 in it.
Definitely going to head into double digits soon, I guess, right, Rob?
Yeah,
Not
we're
quite
going to
yet.
get there.
We'll get there.
Although, you know what? I did not put in, I just thought of the song. I found $1 million baby in a 5 and dime store or something like that. A lot of songs with numbers.
There's
Lots
a lot.
of songs. This is Lionel Richie's 3 Times a Lady. Not just once, twice. She's 3 times a lady. I still don't know what that means, but it is a very nice melody. I will call that a cute little ditty. 5 of 2 eyes of blue. Oh, what those 5 feet can do. Has anyone seen my gal? So we got 5 and 2. That was a very popular song in the 1920s. Why I know it, no idea.
It's actually
just in there in the brain.
There's 12 in there too, because
12?
Well, foot.
Kind of, sort of, Larry. I'll give you that.
12
right,
inches.
5'2". I guess they are referring to inches, 5 feet. Then you could see there's 60 in there and 62 in there, if you get very technical.
There's a lot there.
It's a lot there.
So there's a big conversation going on about the uses of salt that I'd never heard of before, Robin. I had never. Lorraine pointed out, and
like
a couple
what?
other people.
Salt and coffee.
Salt on a melon, on cantaloupe, makes it sweeter.
Get out of town.
No, never heard that before. Have to try that.
I'm going to try that. Salt on snow makes it melt.
That's
Certain
right.
kinds of salt.
Yeah, but we're talking about salt
I
uses in, sodium chloride on food.
So I actually have an original that has a number in it. So I'm going to play that. This is 4 O'Clock Suite. I don't think I've played this in a very long time. Interesting fact, though, when I was practicing it, I looked up at my phone and I saw that it was exactly 4 o'clock. Ooh.
Can I just say you're out of order?
You're out of order.
You're out of order.
I am?
Well, just because if we're counting up, you went from
I
5
thought
to
maybe I
4.
messed
You
up
went
the set
3 to
list.
5 to 4. No.
We are going to bounce around a little on the numbers. I started to go consecutively, and then I said, forget that. It's not working out in key signature terms.
Okay.
So I decided the musicality was more important than the correct sequential sequence.
It's all good.
Is that okay, Mr. Producer?
It's all good.
Yeah, I decided.
I just wanted to say you're out of order.
You're out of order. All right.
A lot
So
of
now
court,
we like to say that to
courtroom,
each other.
right? A lot of courtroom drama going on.
There's so much courtroom drama going on that we like to tell each other when we're out of order. Larry'd like to tell me when the dishwasher is out of order. Not out of order like broken, but just
The jury will strike that from the record.
properly loaded. Is that what you'd like to say? I did not properly load the dishwasher. Whatever that means. We all have our own methods to our madness. This is from my, what album is this on? I think it's on Songs of the Spirit. Is it?
4 O'Clock Suite.
I don't know. Someone tell me. It's called 4 O'Clock Suite. And I composed it back in the day, almost 30 years ago, because at 4 o'clock it was a magical time for me to be playing the piano in my apartment. At a certain time of year, the sunbeam would just come right across the keys. And I wanted to be there for that. I wanted to be inspired by that. I also, ironically, had my piano lessons began at 4 o'clock. And my sister and I used to take lessons from Rosemary Zito across the street from our elementary school in Maplewood, New Jersey. And she went first at 3:30, and then mine was at 4. So 4 o'clock has a lot of meaning, right? right, that was 4 O'Clock Suite. It's from my album Songs of the Spirit. For those of you asking, I see a few people asking, this is the book that it's in. It's a spiral-bound book that has all of the music from Heel of the Hand and Songs of the Spirit in one spiral-bound book, which is about 140 pages on my website, robinspielberg.com. All right, we're doing our countdown.
That's available as an individual download as well, isn't it, Robin?
It sure is. You can get it for $4 and print it at home if you care to do that.
Hey, you know what time it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time for us to talk about your next live performance.
I'm like, what time it is? It's. I thought it was a trick question.
I know.
I'm like, did I miss something?
Yeah.
What's the time to talk about, Larry?
Your next live performance is coming up.
It's coming up. I know the first show of 2024. Actually, the very first one is a private engagement, so I can't talk about that one. But the one following is open to the public. And Larry, we just had a meeting with them today to talk about it.
We did.
Yep.
So I'm going to throw up the graphic. Look at that, folks. Reston, Virginia. February 10th.
Rest in Virginia. Reston,
Virginia.
Reston, Virginia. So if you know anyone near there, if you're near there or know someone who might enjoy this concert, please share the information. February 10th, going to Reston. And
check out those ticket prices, folks. I mean,
it's cheap.
Can you
Cheap,
really
cheap,
beat
cheap.
that? This is
it's really very
supported
reasonable.
by the city of Reston. They subsidize the performance. So.
And they're selling it, they're promoting it as an evening of moonlight and love songs. I will focus on the theme of love, original songs, standards from the Great American Songbook, and love songs. And looking forward to playing there.
So if you're near the Washington, D.C. area, that's a good place to come.
And speaking of love, this next one, I'm popping up to the number 16 now. Going to go to 16.
16.
And then 16 and 17. This is 16 Candles. I don't think I've ever played this on a live stream.
You have not.
1958, folks. Music by Luther Dixon and Allison Kent. has 16 candles and 16 going on 17. We're doing our countdown. Countdown to what? Well, that's up to you. What are you counting down to? If you haven't already told us in your comments, please let us know. I'm counting down to summer, of course.
Everyone needs a goal.
And what?
Everyone needs a goal.
Everyone needs a goal. I agree. I like to, I had my 300th Peloton ride. I know that's nowhere near your numbers, Larry, but to me, that was a big deal. I was counting down to that all week. To 94, 95, 96. I was so happy when I got to 300. Now I'm counting to 350, waiting for 350.
I'm impressed.
Tomorrow will be number 301.
I'm very happy because the stronger you get on the Peloton bike, the more likely it is you'll come out and ride with me outside. So
yeah, well, the best is outside.
Yeah.
But you need plenty of Zyrtec to ride outside around here. Everything's blooming on those trails. All the dust, all the things. But still very beautiful.
I'll take it. I'll take it any day of the week. Yeah.
Roger Kosson's watching. Hi. Roger, you going to come to the show in Reston? Does he live in D.C.?
No, he's in New Jersey.
I can't keep track of where
I know they move around a lot.
Living.
They move around a lot. But
that's right. Well, here we are. We're going back now to 8 days a week. Paul Simon, 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover. Get on the bus, Gus. All very wimpy, cowardly ways, if you ask me.
So, Robin, can we get any...
He doesn't mention the ways like sit down and have a conversation and talk. You're getting on a bus, you're getting out a back door, right? Kind of wimpy, cowardly ways to leave your lover. Hello there, Jackie. Meow.
It's all pre-ghosting.
Say hello.
I don't think Paul Simon knew about ghosting when he wrote that song. I don't think it,
That's right. He was ahead of his time.
He was ahead of his time. Now it's just stop responding to text.
Right. You just
stop.
There could be another song. Just ignore.
Right.
Just ignore or cancel. Right. That's the whole thing. Cancel culture. You just cancel
so how much
people.
higher after 50 can you get, Rob?
Well, this one's for you, Lair.
Okay.
Yep. Another one for you. This is the 59th Street Bridge song. Because someone here is 59, turning 60 pretty soon.
Yeah.
And it's not me. I've already done that.
I'm looking over the bridge.
Don't be scared. It's okay over here. Come on over. It's just fine. It's very freeing.
I'm feeling pretty good. At least feeling good in terms of my physical health and
knock wood somewhere.
So, right?
Whoop, whoop,
So
whoop. Well, that being said, we were all sick as dogs. November and December.
The world.
But now you're feeling good about your physical health.
But it does seem like the world in January got sick, right?
Yeah. Sure. I'm hearing a lot of that. So take care if you're out there watching the live stream.
Right. If you're out there and you got the sniffles or you're not feeling 100%, feel better.
Feel better soon. So, okay. This song, slow down. You're going too fast. Try to make the morning last. Right? Feeling groovy. I'd love to feel groovy, but it's hard for me to slow down. I definitely admit that. This week was ridiculously busy. Teaching at Millersville, taking my classes for the Master Gardening course, practicing for the live stream, advancing the shows for the concert, covering for another class for a colleague. Like, it was just wackadoodle.
Which is why I had to apologize today. For those of you who are wondering, I did not properly acknowledge all the things that Robin had accomplished this week. So thank you, dear, for doing that.
A little acknowledgement goes a long way.
Yeah, and I'm sure
You
Lorraine...
you don't want to feel taken advantage of, or for granted, or you want to be seen.
I'm certain...
Larry, thank you for seeing me.
I see you, and I'm certain that Lorraine will agree with me. It's how they've gotten to 50 years of marriage.
Yeah.
It's by acknowledging each other, and every once in a while say, I'm sorry, dear.
Thank you.
I appreciate you for everything that you do.
Isn't that lovely? He said that right here. It's for everyone to hear it. And the live streams are archived, so we can hear it again and again and again whenever I need it. What?
Robin will be going back and replaying that whenever she needs to.
All right. Right. That whole song is 4 chords.
Thanks for playing it for me.
You know, it was so popular.
It was really popular on the radio. But it just got me to thinking as you were playing it. I'm saying, so once you get to past 60, you're well beyond middle age, right? Because...
Oh, Larry.
That's right.
We were well beyond middle age in our 40s,
I know.
honey.
Well, maybe not. If you're a follower of...
On average, it's hard to think that way. So when I'm going back in time now and I'm saying, oh, this is a song from 1958 or this is a song from, 1960, right? If I say this is a song from 1962, and so that's 22 years ago, that's like me saying, right, here's a song from 2080 in the future, like 60 years from now. Here's a song from 2080. That sounds ridiculously futuristic. And yet when we look back, we don't feel that way because we lived it.
Right.
Very strange. It's easy to say, oh, I've been friends with so-and-so for 40 years, right? But someone I meet at the supermarket or in my class today, it's hard to imagine that I'm going to be friends with them in the year 2060. That seems a lifetime away. Because it is. Because guess what? We've practically already lived a lifetime. All right, this is blowing my mind. I can't take it. Let's just go back to piano bar, frivolous.
I'm buying the next round for everybody.
It's too much. All the philosophy. Time blows me away. That's why I've written so many songs about time. The nature of time. Take the time. Right? After all. I'm obsessed with time. The way it goes and the way it feels. The way it just goes with the tick-tock. And yet we know that's consistent. And yet it feels faster or slower sometimes. Or like it's standing still.
Which is a perfect segue into the next song.
What is the next song? Ah, you're right. And I love this next song. I loved this musical. This is from the musical Rent.
What's the lyric, Robin? How many?
It's the Seasons of Love. And it has
is...
a lot of numbers. 525,600 minutes. So if you were wondering how much we're going up to, how high we're going, that's how high we're going. 525,600. And that's how many minutes are in a year. Yep. This is Seasons of Love from the musical Rent, written by the late and great Jonathan Larson, who left us way too soon. And, yeah, he died before opening night, which is very tragic. But he left us this. Seasons of Love. I love that, Peter. You reconnected with a friend from summer camp from the 60s. That's pretty cool. Stephen says he reconnected with people from that he met on LinkedIn or reconnected. It's pretty great. It's great having old friends, as my good friend Brett always says. You can't make new old friends. And there's something about knowing people from, I guess just knowing people from childhood, right? That is pretty special because, they just know you in a different kind of way. So I think that's very special. Here's one I haven't played on a live stream. Glad to bring it into the fold here. Right, Larry? Have I played this on a live stream?
You have not, but
I have not. Number of new ones tonight.
Jumping around from
Happy to
old
learn them
musicals to more modern musicals to.
Well, this is 76 trombones. I'm really sorry we missed that with Sutton Foster and Hugh Jackman. Yeah,
we were so close to
so
seeing
close
that
to seeing
show.
it. I heard it was a really great revival. This is from The Music Man, written by Meredith Willson. It had a wonderful revival on Broadway not that long ago, a year ago or more, a year or two ago. Here's 76 trombones. That's a song that really lasts, right? Janice Ian's At 17. You got a cat on the set. Just out of view.
He knows exactly where to go to not be on camera.
He's like, look, I didn't get the part for the end of the show, so you just don't get me for free. I'm just going to sneak around.
He's more of the producer's cat than a
He is. He
talent
does. He
cat.
sits on your lap. What you doing? He's sweet kitty. So
where are we at, Rob?
where are we at? Well,
What
we're
number?
getting to we're at 1,000.
What's our number?
Going to 1,000. Just looking at comments here, saying hello to my peeps, and love seeing you all here. I love that you're having conversations with one another, and I think that's pretty great.
And once in a while they converse with us.
That's what it's about, bringing people together, right? Through the live stream. Pretty great.
Community. That's
For those of you
about.
counting, since this is a numbers show, this is, what does it say there, Larry? Live stream number 238. It is.
Fast approaching live stream number 1,000. We're getting there.
It seems that way sometimes. Season 5, episode number 3. These are all archived, of course, on my YouTube channel. So if you just can't get enough, you know where to go. YouTube.com/Robin Spielberg. Click on playlists and choose the season of your choice. Okay, we're doing the countdown, whole set of numbers here, and we're up to 1,000.
It's a long time.
What'd you say there?
1,000 is a long time. 1,000 years?
1,000 years.
It's a long time.
It is a long time. It depends on your perspective, I suppose. The history of the universe, not really a long time. Where is this? So I actually recorded this one, but I didn't remember the pattern of the song, so I'm going to call it up. Here we go. Christina Perry recorded this on my album Downtown. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, in the time travel scheme, I don't know that we've ever discussed this. Would you travel forward or backward?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a really good question.
Would you go forward in time? Or would you
I think going forward really would freak you out.
Or would
right?
you go backward?
Backward.
Backward.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd like to witness some things in history I didn't get to see.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Or maybe stop bad events from happening.
Yeah, it would change.
No, you can't do that because then you ruin the time-space continuum and then we won't be born, right? That's the number one lesson in time travel, folks. Just in case you're wondering, if you do ever time travel, make sure you do not upset the time-space continuum. Do not speak to anyone. Do not change events because then you will not be born. Okay. Going into the future would be just too darn weird, Lair.
Okay.
So I would probably go back. All right, let's get back to the music.
Okay.
1,000 years. lot of people get married to that song. 1,000 years. Beautiful. I have loved you for 1,000 years. So here's a song I don't really know, but I know. Like, it's a song we all know. But when I say I don't know, it means I never, I haven't learned it. It's just kind of like, in the brain because it's catchy. Catchy like an earworm. And I don't think I've played on the live stream. And I think in 238 live streams, I don't think I've played a Blondie song. Have I?
I don't think so.
Have I played Heart of Glass? No, I don't think I have. So this is The Tide is High. And I don't know about you, but this is one of those songs that's an earworm. I could be doing laundry, cleaning the house, doing something, and just boom, there it is in my head. And it's very annoying.
Is it in your head because you're doing laundry and you're thinking about Tide? Just saying.
Wah, wah.
Just saying.
It's because I don't know. My brain is weird and random songs pop in. This one popped in and I went, oh, I could do it on the live stream. I started with number 1 on the live stream, doing our countdown. I'll end with one. And this came up because the lyric is, the tide is high, but I'm holding on. I'm going to be your number 1. Right?
Right.
I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. Who does that remind you of?
No one I know.
No one you know. I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. Oh, no. Yeah, that's, I think, Blondie writing about me, right? So here is The Tide is High. Then going to end on an original, One Last Look. See how I did that? Started with 1, went up to 525,600, and then came down to 1 again.
It all is down to ones, zeros and ones. It's
Apparently.
In fact, coming to you in your own living rooms through zeros and ones.
We are coming to you live in zeros and ones. That's right. All right. So what did I say? It's a song I don't really know, but we all know it. Tide is high, but I'm holding on. That was my original composition, One Last Look. It's from my album Dreaming of Summer, in case you're curious. For those of you on Patreon, your sheet music perks will be in your inbox this weekend. Make sure to check for that. If you want to learn more about Patreon and what I'm giving away, please check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/Robin Spielberg. So we hope you enjoyed tonight's live stream, whatever it is that you are counting down to. We hope it's happy and worth it. We are counting down to the next live stream, which is going to be when, Larry?
Well, we'll see you.
That's a cat.
We'll see. We'll see you all back here next week when we'll report the results of Puxatawny Phil's weather report.
What date is that?
That's February 2nd, Groundhog Day.
All right. So we will see you Friday, February 2nd. This is the end of January live streams. Boom. That went kind of fast.
No more January.
No more January. We're going to be out of here. So thanks again for joining.
I can almost guarantee you that Puxatawny Phil will tell us the exact day that spring begins. All right. With that, folks, thank you all very much for joining us. Sasha, it's your turn. Say goodnight to the wonderful folks out there.